Hello friends, welcome to Thursday's video. Things are going to be a little different today. I wanted to probably start a new series for every year where I recap how much I have spent the previous year on resin molds, tools, additives, that kind of thing. And the reason I wanted to start this was because when I was getting into resin, no one really talked about the cost of resin. And I know that there's probably a lot of new resin hobbyists out there who are just getting started and don't really understand the cost of things. Mind you, the cost is going to be a lot higher for someone just starting out in resin. But I wanted to be transparent. So, you're currently just watching some pour videos, slowed down, montage kind of thing. But I will be putting up some visuals on top of that. So, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Okay, so let's start with resin, because that is going to be your most expensive expense when it comes to resin work. I ordered 4 resin kits over the year of 2022, plus some UV resin. I feel like I'm missing a lot of resin on this list, to be honest with you, but we're just going to say that's how much I ordered. That total was $319.44. Like I said, that's going to be your most expensive expense when it comes to resin. Okay, the next most expensive thing on my list was, you've already guessed it, molds. I ordered a lot of molds. By my count, I ordered 13 mold sets. Now, obviously, those sets are going to come with, more than one, typically. But that total was $165.17 for 2022. Now, keep in mind, I did return a mold, which was $14.99, but I did not add that to the cost of the molds on my list, simply because I returned it and got my money back. Okay, next on my list for most expensive is tools. Tools can be anything from gloves, your PPE, from the deburring tool or edging tool, whatever you want to call that thing, mixing cups, basically anything that you use on a daily to mix up or use or finish your resin pieces. That's what I have put into here. Most of that cost was strictly gloves. I order a lot of gloves. You should always be using gloves when you're mixing resin or working with resin. So a lot of that was gloves, and then one of them was the deburring tool. I really don't think that I had ordered anything else tool-wise for 2022. I could be mistaken, but for the most part, $57.15 was my total for tools for 2022. And again, this is going to be something that, unless it's disposable like gloves, I'm not going to have to buy 5 more deburring tools or edging tools or whatever you call them. You're not going to have to invest in a Dremel every single year. You may have to invest in, refill bits or refill sandpaper, that kind of thing. But the bulk of the expense, you're really not going to have to deal with every single year. So just keep that in mind. Okay, and the last thing on my list I have down as what I like to call additives. So additives are going to be your mica powders, your alcohol inks, your glitters, your sequins, your mini bubbles, your glass pieces, you know, anything that you're going to put into the resin. That could even include handles if you're making resin trays with handles, that kind of thing. So for that, I had purchased 5 additives over 2022, which seems really low, but I also have a ton of other stuff that, you know, I had already purchased from when I started. So things like flowers, things like, you know, gold and silver leaf, those kind of things, my mica powders, my colorants, that kind of stuff. I'd already invested in those things in previous years. So those 5 things added up to $50.78. So let's talk grand total here. For 2022, keeping in mind that I may have missed something on, you know, my Amazon list or in my receipts, you know, the grand total for everything for 2022 was $592.27. As I said, this is a very expensive hobby. Yeah, just be aware that if you want to do this professionally, meaning you're making things and selling them for orders or at craft fairs, you will have to invest money into this in order to get money out. And also, if you are planning to sell things, please make sure that you calculate all of these costs into your final price, because otherwise you're just giving stuff away for free, basically, by the end of the day. So yeah, that was the total for 2022. As I've stated a couple of times now, I had already invested a ton of stuff, a ton of money into this hobby in previous years. I want to say that I started this in 2020, which is when a lot of us started new hobbies. I'm sure a lot of people have since quit those new hobbies, but I can't quit creating stuff with resin. So I'm still going hard at it. But anyway, let me know if you guys want me to do this for the previous years. I am more than happy to break down costs of getting started into resin. And also, if you want me to keep this up for next year, I'm hoping to be monetized on the channel by spring of this year. And I could also do, if you guys like that kind of thing, because that's the kind of stuff that I like to watch, is the transparent monetized YouTuber videos where they break down how much they earned from YouTube. I am more than happy to do that as well for the end of the year. So yeah, just let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you guys are enjoying this kind of thing. If there's anything that you have questions about, I am more than happy to sit down and discuss, you know, even the basics of like how to mix resin. A lot of people maybe don't know how to properly mix resin. I mean, hell, I probably don't. I pretend that I'm an expert here, but yeah, not so much as we've noted by all of my fails. But anyway, thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and as always, I hope that you have a fantastic day. Take care, guys.